Welcome to the Nourishment Mindset podcast, your guide to good food, good health, and a good life. And now, here's your host, Nutrition Network advisor and author of the Nourishment Mindset, Dixie Huey.
Happy Transformation Tuesday, y'all. Welcome to or back to the Nourishment Mindset podcast, where we are on a metabolic mission to help you achieve vitality through real whole foods, straight talk, and the pleasures of the table. This is the final episode of 2023. We have discussed all manner of topics in this year's many episodes, and this will be a short one, as I know we are all busy wrapping things up and perhaps even starting to look ahead to what 2024 holds. So let's dive right in. This is a topic near and dear to my heart. So even if you are one of the unicorns out there who has never been on a diet, I am willing to bet that a number of your eating habits are influenced by diet culture, perhaps profoundly. Diet culture, first and foremost, promises quick fixes. It's full of programs, pills, and now even shots to get you where you want to be really quickly. It's devoid of the whole idea of real whole foods. Often diets will have you have meal replacements, powders, potions, all number of things, and they sure aren't cheap either. Tons of supplements, all this. The whole idea in diet culture is that to achieve health, you must lose weight, and to lose weight, you must restrict. Well, this is interesting, right? Because in a dieter's mindset, it teaches us that we're either bad if we are off plan or good if we are sticking to the plan. This may work for a while, but often the restriction will lead to overindulgence at some point, and then in come the feelings of shame, guilt, I can't do anything right, and then the delay tactics. Well, I've screwed it up for today, so I'll just worry about this Monday or next month or next year. Maybe I'll deal with this after the holidays. This, to me, this dieter mindset is like being up on a high tightrope, way up in the sky. The point of that is you're going to fall off. You're going to slip. You're going to come crashing down. And then again, the guilt, shame, anything else that comes with that. And not to mention metabolic mayhem. Your body, your brain does not want to be starved of nutrients. We don't want to do this. We don't want to come crashing down. So I'm going to urge you here as we close out this year, if you have any of that dieter mindset or dieter behavior, to step back from that and just pause with me and think a little bit about how that might look differently. Because diet, and I've said this before, diet rhymes with riot, so I don't want to be doing that. And a guest that I'll be interviewing here soon commented to me once after reviewing my book, The Nourishment Mindset, you know, Dixie, the word die is right in there. And I thought, yes, Michael, you're totally right. So Michael, I think you're probably listening. We'll be talking soon, but thanks for that. It's true. Diet has the word die in it, so we don't want to do that. It's both polarizing and completely devoid of pleasure. These diets, food is meant to bring us pleasure, connection with self, with others. And here at the Nourishment Mindset, we are all about vitality. So what does this mean? I say it all the time. I said it earlier. Real whole foods, straight talk, and the pleasures of the table. So when we're going to talk about vitality, we really want to look through a new lens. This new lens is not the dieter's lens. This lens is the lens of nutrient richness. So what do the foods on my plate bring to my body? So this is both a new pair of lenses, so to speak, as well as a way to rewire your brain. And the beauty of it is it's a lot more flexible than this dieter's tightrope where you're up in the air and you're on and off and good and bad. getting off that tightrope and seeing food through the lens of nutrient richness allows you to step down onto a wider healing path. Each step on this path forward is what I would call an investment or a deposit in your health bank account. So in other words, every time you choose a real whole food that has excellent nutrient richness, you're making a deposit in that health bank account. There's other ways to do that too. These can be movement, whatever type of exercise you enjoy, sunlight. Oh my goodness, y'all, we must have vitamin D, and the stuff that they're selling you in the capsules is not a substitute. If you live in a rainy place, like when I was in Portland for 10 years and you want to take vitamin D, fine, but please try to take that in your foods as much as possible. And if you're going to do a supplement, you want it to have K2 in there as well. So speak to your doctor about that. If you're on vitamin D supplements, you really need to take it with K2. But this vitamin D is critical for the hormones in your body. If you're low on vitamin D, your body's going to have a hard time making the hormones that it needs. Okay, so movement, sunlight for that vitamin D, sleep. Sleep is so important. Sleep is when we metabolically heal. The dieter's culture says, go out and burn calories. This is how you're losing weight. I always tell people, if you want to lose weight, you need to go to sleep because you're actually metabolically healing when you are asleep. The other things that count as health deposits, if you will, these are your joyous pastimes, any meaningful pursuits that you do, things that bring you contentment, joy, meditation, whatever it is. These are all health account deposits. The flexibility of the nourishment mindset means that, of course, like anyone, you're going to have twists and turns in the road. Sometimes you're going to have an all-out detour, but the focus, the framework remain in place. This is a lifestyle. You're not on and off. You're not good and bad. You've just got to turn that switch off, take that pair of lenses off, put a new pair of lenses on. So let's get real. Let's do a specific example. Okay, so some of my favorite foods. Let's say a steak cooked in butter with green beans. Okay, so there are all number of great macronutrients. There's awesome protein in that steak. There is natural animal fat, which again, talking about harmonizing with your hormones, your brain loves fat from animals. There are also tons of other vitamins and minerals in that nourishing plate. It's quite an array. All of this harmonizes with your hormones and calms the brain. So an exact opposite thing, and I'm going to pick out something that I happen to enjoy. I'm a sucker for a good chocolate chip cookie. I'm allergic to wheat. I have no business eating a chocolate chip cookie, so it's a very rare indulgence, and then I sneeze and itch afterward. But the chocolate chip cookie, what does that do? What does that on the plate do for my body? I gotta be honest, there's nothing in that chocolate chip cookie my body needs. Absolutely zero. I will admittedly say that in the moment it's absolutely delicious. Fine. So this is what I'm going to call a health account withdrawal. Okay. Now, in a dieter's mindset, if I ate that beautiful steak dinner with all those nutrients and then decided to have a chocolate chip cookie, well, I just ruined the damn diet and I might as well just forget about it and go crazy and start the diet again Monday. That is not the nourishment mindset. The nourishment mindset says, look, I'm going to view this differently. I've made all of these deposits all week in all of the health affirming behaviors that I have chosen to do in my daily practices. And if I choose to have some or all of a chocolate chip cookie, well, darn it, I'm going to enjoy that thing. That's going to be what I call a mindful indulgence in addition to a withdrawal. No big thing. That doesn't change my next meal. That doesn't mean that I'm going to focus on my health tomorrow, Monday, or in the new year. That just means I had a mindful indulgence, and that's it. So it is completely different. One is this guiding framework where you're making these deposits and occasionally a withdrawal. Another is just a complete freaking free-for-all. And I see so many people in that zone. And as I said to a woman on the phone this week, you're in this cycle. It's this total dieter cycle. And I wish I could take a big pair of scissors and just cut that cycle, just cut through it and break and bring you down to earth. So that is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the nourishment mindset. I'm seeing the food on the plate through the lens of nutrient richness. And all of this nutrient richness and other health affirming behaviors are growing that bank account. And how wonderful is that? And then a withdrawal here and there, no big thing. So it's a completely different way of thinking about things. And I hope that this is something that resonates with you. Because here we are, it's the end of the year, and some people might be thinking about New Year's resolutions. I'm kind of funny with those. So about 15 years ago, I decided I'm only going to do New Year's resolutions that I feel like doing, things that I'm really excited about doing. So over the years, these have included learning to like super spicy foods, traveling somewhere really uncomfortable for me. And then there was that one year where I decided to drink more champagne. This is when I was in the wine industry, and everyone in the wine industry loves their bubbles, loves their champagne. And I had this dirty little secret that I didn't like champagne or bubbles. So I decided to force myself to drink more champagne. And you know what? Just like the spicy food, it works. I now love spicy food. I love champagne. So I'm not urging you to do any of those. Those were my old resolutions. But if you don't yet have one and you're a resolution kind of guy or kind of gal, consider putting on this new pair of lenses, helping you see through food, rather, through the lens of nutrient richness. And I hope that that is something that sits well with you, helps you find a more healthy relationship with food, with your body. We're all our own worst critics, let's face it. So before we wrap up, a couple of news items. The Nourishment Mindset will be moving to once monthly in 2024. This has to do with some additional job and family responsibilities that I have. So I'm excited about that, and I'm excited to continue hosting and producing the Nourishment Mindset. The first episodes of the year are going to feature Michael Sisley, who is the mental health counselor who pointed out that in addition to rhyming with riot, diet also has the word die in it. It's right there for all of us to see. He and I are going to have a fun conversation coming up soon. And then I'll be doing some episodes from France. So these are episodes from a French market where I was this summer, and also a whole episode on the cantine, which is the French school kids cafeteria. And I'm going to be highlighting how different it is to be a school child in a French canteen than a school child in an American cafeteria. So it's it's fascinating to me. I hope you'll find it interesting. So to close out, I wish all of you a wonderful rest of 2023. Thank you again for your support, for your reviews. If you haven't yet given a book review on Amazon, please do that. You can find me on Instagram at Nourishment Mindset, LinkedIn at Dixie Huey, and my website is, of course, favorfat.com. Please connect with me there. Know also that I offer complimentary 15-minute consultations on the health topic of your choice. If you're looking to work with a health coach to help improve your health and vitality, I would be honored to be considered, and we can just talk to see if we would be a fit here as you make your plans and maybe your resolutions to focus on improving your health in the new year. So, santé, be nourished, and thank you again.